Hey, what's up guys? I'm shooting this video on the 1st of January 2025. It's an amazing day. I hope you've had a wonderful 2024. I hope you're having a wonderful start to the new year. And I'm excited because I'm still in Shags, which is a nice area to be. I'm still in my rural home. As you can see around me by there, you can see the harvest behind me. That tells you that you are home. So behind me, you can see there are loads and loads of harvest, So we've been actually drying maize. Down here, you dry maize, and then you pack them back, and then you make sure that, they won't get infected by, different stuff. You want to keep it while it's dry. Those who go to farm, you know about this thing, yeah? Those who do farming. Anyways, I'm not here to talk about my home, but Happy New Year. I hope you're having a wonderful start to the new year. Anyways, I want to tell you how you can set yourself up. Like I always say one thing, we're going through this process of making money, learning finances. It's not something so automatic. It's something that you learn with time. It's something that you have to perfect with time. It's something that you always have to get into that new year with a different kind of mindset, not a resolution. I don't believe in resolutions because most of the time you fail at those resolutions. When you want to do something, you just need to start doing it. You just need to get up your seat and start doing it. It's not about a date. It's not about because the calendar says today is 1st of January. It's not about that. It's about your decision. You making a decision that, hey, from this day, I'm going to do this. It doesn't matter whether it's 1st of January, whether it's 31st of December, you make a decision and you go towards that direction that you want to go to. So I'm not going to say, do resolutions and stuff like that. I'm going to talk about how you can make your 2025 a financially successful year. How you can make this year one of your best years. But if you don't, you can also go broke. As the title says, you can either go broke or do what I'm going to tell you here, and you're going to be having a wonderful 2025. So pay attention to me, share this video, watch until the end, and see if it won't change your life by the end of this year. It's just about making those simple steps. It's about getting off your seat. I don't believe in writing resolutions every first day of the year thinking you're going to change. There's nothing like that. What happens is that life is continuing. This is just a revolving wheel. Therefore, whenever you decide to pick up your behavior and change it, that is when things change for you. It's not about where the sun is at what particular time. It's not about where the date is. It's not about what the calendar says. It's about what you decide to do. So yes, Happy New Year, yes, but nothing is going to change unless you change it. Nothing is going to change unless you make a decision clear enough that you're going to change it. So you see, I'm now in Shags. I'm having all the excuses I could have not to do this video for you guys. And I wish you could see my setting around here. It's not the best of settings because, this is not my normal environment, right? But I've made a decision that I have to do this. I'm so busy. I've been traveling around. I've been moving around. I have so many personal things going on. But I make a decision that there's no single week that will miss without me posting a video. It's that decision that you have to make. It's not about a new year resolution. It's about making a decision to do something every single day and being consistent and being disciplined. That takes me to the first thing that will change your finances this year. And this one does not have to do with anything else. It doesn't even have to do with the money that you have. It doesn't have to do with how much are you making. It is consistency and discipline. If you want to change your finances in 2025, forget about the resolutions that you make. You need one thing. You need to be consistent and need to be disciplined. You can promise yourself one thing, that you're going to contribute money towards your investment. It doesn't have to be a lot of money that is going to be a problem contributing, but it has to be consistent. This is what is going to make everything work towards your favor, because in investing and building wealth, you need time. If you need time, it means you have to be consistent with it. There's nothing that goes, there's nothing that becomes very successful without consistency and discipline. So you need to be disciplined. Means you have made a decision, you're going to do this thing, you're going to do it. It doesn't matter whether it's raining. Just before this video, it was raining so much. And when it's raining in Shags, this is what we call Simba in Luo, right? And those who are, I think, western part of Kenya, you know what a Simba is. I think someone told me what it is, what a Simba is. I think it's like Serengeti or something like that in Kikale. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is where the man house, right? I'm still within my father's homestead, so I built what we call a Simba. Now this is my Simba. I decided to shoot this video in my Simba. There's no ceiling board in this Simba, right? It was usually a very simple structure because we always bring it down and you move to your own home. But there's no ceiling board in the Simba. So it was raining just before this video, and I thought, okay, maybe I just take a break and let it, rain fast, because it was going to be so noisy and you could probably hear the rain. And so I thought, okay, I had all the excuses and not to do this, right? It's at night right now. And But the discipline behind what I do is what made me do this video. I'm doing it quite late after the rain. So I was like, I won't have any excuses because I've been so busy the whole day. This is the first day of the year. I could be out somewhere having fun. I'm actually quite sleepy because I was out having fun yesterday. So in real sense, I have all the excuses not to do this. Now, what is this discipline? The discipline is what brings me to this seat to set up something that I haven't even set up before, to set up this camera in a place I've never set it up before and do this video. So discipline and consistency. Consistency is about doing it whether circumstances change or not. So discipline and consistency needs you to do something consistently or do something that you are no longer motivated to do. So in the beginning of the year, you are all motivated. You have all this list of things you want to achieve. You have the motivation. You're feeling good. You have rested the whole of December. And then now you want to take on the year with all your might and all your strength and bravery. But then you realize that motivation does end at a point. And then you start thinking, okay, do I want to do this? You start coming up with excuses why you can't do it, why you're going slow, why you're taking your time. That's why I believe you don't need resolutions. You need to get up and act. And what you need is discipline and consistency. If you're going to be disciplined and consistent with your investing and financial literacy this year, 100% sure, give me this year and come back to me in December and tell me if your life won't be different. That's number one. Number two is your mindset. Now, your mindset and your attitude determines everything. Whether you make $1 million and whatever per month, if you don't have the right mindset towards finances, remember finances is not something we were just brought up with. We are taught, we learn them, we are nurtured through. So our thoughts and perspectives about money and how money should be spent and how you should use your money and what you should do with it is nurtured through a lot of behaviors, a lot of factors within the environment that determines that. So if you know you want to succeed financially in 2025, one thing you must do is that you must look at your mindset and your beliefs around money. Do you believe that rich people are evil? Do you believe that money is evil? Do you believe all these things that you are taught about money, but you are trying to look for the same money? How is your energy around money? Do you have certain traumas around money? When I say trauma, it means there are certain things you could have been nurtured around money that have given you trauma. For example, you could be someone who grew up in poverty and therefore you end up hoarding money. You fear spending it, you fear investing it because you think you're going to lose it, because you are brought up around poverty and you feel that anytime you get money into your hands, you can't let it go. You can't let it go and work for you. So if you cannot let go of that trauma, it's going to be a big problem. So you need to work on your mindset, your money beliefs. You have to, what's your attitude? Do you believe that money is a good thing that makes your life good? Or do you believe that money is like, when money gets into your life, it becomes that thing that controls you. It controls your emotions, controls your feelings, controls how you treat people, controls who you are as a person. How is your attitude and beliefs around money? Those things will determine how much money you make and how far you go when it comes to financial literacy. So please, 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 as you start this journey, or let's say you want to start investing, you want to start doing different things money-wise, think about your mindset about money. Talk to someone. You can talk to me. You can reach me from my website, www.kensmoneymatters.com, and you can reach out to me. You can talk about your mindset, your belief. Some of the times, these are the things you need to get out of, and then you will just spiral into like success, once you get out of that negative loop or you get out of those funny beliefs around money. So the third thing is this. If you want to change your finances in 2025, it's very simple. You want to start where you are. So most of the time people come to me asking me, hey, how much can I make from this money? How much can I make from this money? Despite how much you're making, you need to start investing. It doesn't have to be a complex investment. It doesn't have to be something complicated. It doesn't have to be crypto. It doesn't have to be some aviator games. You just need to start putting money aside. Start putting some money aside. It can be 100 Kenya shillings, can be 50 Kenya shillings, can be 1,000 Kenya shillings, can be 10,000. Start putting some money aside. Make it as important as your rent. Make it as important as your food that you put some money aside. You know why? It's not about the amount of money. It's about that nurturing that habit. It's about sharpening your mindset and your habit towards the fact that you put that money aside. So start putting money aside in 2025. It doesn't matter how much money it is. It doesn't matter where you want to put it. I've spoken about so many investments. I will speak about the investment options that we have in 2025 that you can get into. But before we do into that, go to my videos. I have like over 390 videos. Go into those videos, you'll find lots of investment opportunities, lots of business ideas, lots of places you can put in your money. And if you're someone who is really passionate about financial literacy, do not wait for a perfect time. Start putting away some money. Be consistent and disciplined, like I mentioned, but start putting away, even if it's just 100 Kenya shillings or even 1,000 Kenya shillings. You want to be in the same place financially by the end of the year. Very important. Then the next thing you want to do to skyrocket your financial life in 2025 is ensuring that you live within your means. A lot of people are trying to impress people. A lot of people are trying too hard to do things that they can't do. A lot of people are trying too hard to impress the society or do things based on how the society wants them to do it. Make sure you are running your race, you're running your journey, you're on your track. As long as you keep moving, don't worry about what the next person is doing. Make sure that you are cutting your coat according to your size, as they always say. Make sure that the amount of money you're putting into something is the value that you're getting out of it. So don't just go putting in money for to impress some people or just for feel-good purposes. Cut your coat according to your size. Your biggest weapon or your biggest arsenal in making wealth or building wealth is the amount of money that you make, or is that money that you make. It doesn't matter how much it is, but that money that you bring in, that is your weapon to make more money. Your time, your money is the weapon you're going to use to make more money. So value them. And how do you value them? You value them by making sure you don't spend them on things that don't matter. And how do you do that? You live within your means. And then the next thing, avoid lifestyle inflation. That's very connected to living within your means. Avoid lifestyle inflation. Why? Each time you get a raise, you get more money, you want to make your life towards the standard of how much money now you make. Each time you get a raise, you start now doing things based on the new amount of money that you're making, the new level, right? Avoid lifestyle inflation. Try to retain your lifestyle as you increase your income. Try to retain your lifestyle as you increase your income. It will change your finances, because most of the time we have the potential to increase our income, but the problem we do face is that we also increase that lifestyle. So if we were earning 100,000 today and our life standard is at 100,000, the next day we're earning 150,000. This is a new year. Most people could have gotten raises, more money, new businesses, new contracts. You have more money now. You're making 150 or 200,000 instead of 100. Now your lifestyle goes to 200,000. Now you buy a bigger car. Now you go to a bigger house. Now you take your children to more expensive schools, and that's how lifestyle inflation creeps on you, and you end up not making money despite how much money you're making. So avoid lifestyle inflation. That will help you skyrocket your finances in 2025. The next thing you want to do in 2025 is look for a different source of income. So I know you have your main source of income. If you don't, then that's what you need to be focused on, obviously. But if you do have a main or a primary source of income or an active source of income, look for some source of income. Now, it doesn't have to be a source of income that gives you thousands of shillings. It has to be a source of income that has the potential of giving you some money. It can be 100 Kenya shillings, but when you can make 100 Kenya shillings, you can make 200, you can make 300. It means whatever it is that you're doing, just need to multiply it. You need to give it more effort, more attention, more energy, and of course you will expand it. So get something that can give you money. If you have a specific skill, then get another skill. If you have a business that is doing well and is feeding you, get a way in which you can expand that business, or you can do something else that gives you an extra cushion. You've seen how the country is doing economically. You've seen how the taxes are rising, living standards are going really high, this high inflation, everything is just getting out of control when it comes to the economy. You want to have a backup. You want to have something to fall back on. So make sure you have something to fall back on. Have a different source of income apart from your active income. Those who are employed, you know how insecure jobs can be. One day you are in a job, the next day you are out of a job. Have something that you can always fall back on as you wait for the next thing to come up. So if you don't have anything else, if you're only focusing on one job, and if you don't have a job, obviously, or you don't have a primary source of income, then obviously that's your first focus. But once you get that, you want to find something else that can also give you something on the side. Now, it doesn't have to be something that takes so much of your attention. It could be the same skills that you use in your primary income business or career that you start something on the side with. So try to get something that gives you a backup, something to give you cushion in case things happen or life happens, basically. Then, of course, I've said this so many times, you must have an emergency fund. Have an emergency fund based on how things are. The other day, Gen Zs decided they will riot again because of abductions in Kenya. So in such situations when things just happen without you planning it. Last time when we had these demonstrations, people didn't plan how big and massive they would be and how much they would interrupt things. Now it's time to make sure you have an emergency fund. Make sure there's some money somewhere that you can always access to help you with emergencies. It doesn't have to be this big emergencies, it can be small emergencies. Why must you have them? Because they will guard your investments. You don't have to sell your investments when shit hit the fan. You don't have to really be in a bad financial situation anytime you have an emergency. It just guards you, gives you security. That's what we call financial security. Have an emergency fund somewhere that can help you secure yourself when there is an emergency or when life happens generally, as we say. So you must have an emergency fund. You must have money somewhere that you can access, that is liquid, even if it is invested, or you have the opportunity to get that money whenever you need it. So then last but not least, be aware of your finances. Know your numbers. Know your finances. Know, where is my money coming from? Where is it going to? Where do I put my money? What does it do for me? You know, what gives me the most amount of money? What gives me the least amount of money? You know, everything, your expenses, how your income flows, everything, your investments. Know your finances. That's a big one. Make sure you know your finances. I hope this has been helpful, guys. But this is a new year. Please get on that track of finances. But what I say is just start. Forget about all the resolutions, forget about everything else. If you want to do something, if you want to change your financial life, get up to date, whether you're watching this video on 2nd, on 3rd, or 4th, or whatever, get up your seat and get started. Once you begin that journey, don't stop and tell me where you will be in December. That's the simple advice. Start today, be consistent and disciplined. Tell me where you are in December, and I'll also be back here to tell you where I am. Thank you, guys. Until next time, I'm out. Let's have a prosperous 2025. All our desires may come true. Thank you. Out.